everyone, and welcome to Meet Your ASMRtist. I'm your host, everyone's favorite sweetheart, Lavendher. Thank you. Today we're joined here today by a new VA on the block. Having started just over a month ago, his low voice and sometimes threatening demeanor has sent shivers down the spines of many listeners. Please welcome Vog Persona.
Hey there, Lav. How are you?
Doing great. Why don't you take a second to introduce yourself to our audience here?
Sure. My name's Percy, otherwise known as VOG Persona. What else should I say?
Well, how about what you look like?
My looks? Well, I am a VA, so I'm not sure how that...
Visualization is an important aspect of the imagination, dear Percy.
Oh, okay. I'm of East Asian descent, 6 feet tall, broad shoulders, muscular frame. I don't know. Am I doing this right?
Well, I don't know. Are you lying? This isn't Tinder, you know.
Hey, this is the internet. Why would I lie? Nah, on the real though. Even though it all sounds great in terms of Tinder stats, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Somewhat of a love of alcohol has made me grow a bit of a middle tire over the years. Been trying to get back into the gym lately, but could really use an accountability partner for exercise and diet. Many takers?
This isn't a dating show either, you know.
Well, fine. Would you like to be my accountability partner?
No.
Oh. Okay then.
Alright, moving on. Outside of being an ASMRtist, what's your day job?
So, I actually work in the film and TV industry, on the crew side, in production department. Right now, there are actually ongoing writers and actors guild strikes, bringing about almost a full stop to most productions. It's really quite a historical event for anyone who might be interested.
For those of our listeners that are curious, our editors have linked a couple of resources in the description below. Feel free to peruse at your leisure.
Right. So, while it has been difficult to be without work throughout this period, I do stand behind the cause and refuse to cross the picket line in any capacity.
So, in a word, you're unemployed.
Well, yeah, but...
Moving on. So, how did you get started with all of this anyway?
Okay. Well, starting this channel actually coincided directly with the beginning of the WGA strikes. The Writers Guild strike. Here I was, suddenly finding myself with this massive influx of time, which was really weird for me. For your edification, a regular day on set is like 12 hours. As production, I would be the first one there and the last one to leave. So sometimes I would run through back-to-back 18-hour days. Red Bull gave me wings, that's for sure. Anyways, with all that time on my hands, I decided to put my efforts towards a more creative art, and all but stumbled into this art form while looking for ways to improve my voice. In this short time, I've been able to meet very lovely people in a very loving community, and I've loved every second of it.
Like me?
Uh-huh.
Alright, let's get to the juice of it. Your voice. A quick scan of your comments leads me to believe that it may be driving the listeners a bit feral. Thoughts?
I mean, I've always had a pretty low voice, and if people like that, well, I'm glad they enjoy it. Always happy to indulge a person's taste. Funny story. When I was barely 18, I tried to get a job via phone interview. And the interviewer thought I was lying about my age because of how low my voice was. Needless to say, I didn't get the job.
They're lost.
Why, thank you. Well, anyways, given the specific pitch of my voice, I like to play a lot of villains, yanderes, monsters, and so on. They're really a lot of fun, and I can really play with my voice to make it pretty damn menacing. Also, the unhinged laughter some villains tend to have just put a little glee in my day.
You're not like a real psycho or something. Are you?
Actually, characters like that couldn't be more different from me. I'm what most people would call a big teddy bear.
Oh, how so?
If I were to give an example, whenever my previous partners would be in a bad mood or just down, I would just stare at them awkwardly until they would crack a confused smile and then go, "There it is," in the absolutely cheesiest way possible. They stood no chance. Cute, fluffy little memories.
That's it. I think I have diabetes.
Huh?
Nothing.
Okay then. I'm also what one would call a caretaker. Perhaps this borders on the edge of a savior complex, but I'm always actively trying to hone in feelings of selfishness and truly be as present as I can be for people. Once upon a time, my friends would look at me talking to someone, and they would beat their chests like this. And mouth, hard game. But truthfully, I just cared. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, that's sweet.
Nay?
What are some of your hobbies?
Recently, I got back into cooking. It's something that I had avoided for a good few years due to reasons I don't really need to get into here. But I've finally begun to feel joy in it again. I really like to dive into the creativity of it, and honestly, we should all love what we put into our bodies. I can't say the same about cleaning, though. Again, taking applications for people to help me out? Pretty please?
I mean, I could...
I also really love bouldering. Growing up, I did a lot of full contact sports, and therefore have some pretty bad shoulders and knees. I think I really like climbing because it's one of the few sports that are truly about the you of today against the you of yesterday. A lot of sports claim to be like this, but I've never seen a community of people so encouraging and helpful to one another. I've met total strangers who have immediately given me tips and tricks just because they wanted to. Of all the sports I've tried, I really think that it's one of the few that is less about the flex and more about the self-improvement.
A man who creates and supports.
What was that?
Let's move on to our final question. What's your current relationship status?
Huh? Wait, I thought this wasn't a dating show.
Are you the one asking the questions here?
No. I guess not.
Then just answer the question.
Okay. I am currently single, as a Pringle, and ready to mingle. To be honest, I think that rather than actively looking for someone, it's more important to me to build natural connections, platonic or otherwise. I think that as a society, we've placed too much importance to be with someone for self-worth or assurance. But for me, that's absolutely not true. I find so much value in meeting and building a real relationship with people. And if that blossoms into something greater, then I'd welcome it with open arms. But that doesn't have to be the end result. You know what I mean? Hell, if I end up dying old and alone, I'll be happy, as long as it was a life well lived.
Pringle.
You okay?
Huh? Yeah. Anyways, I think that's about all the time we have today. Do you have anything else you'd like to say to our beloved audience?
Oh, it was so nice to meet everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I really am looking forward to where this world takes me, and I'm looking forward to all the adventures it has to bring. If anyone has any questions, concerns, or just wants to say hi, please do. I don't bite. Unless you want me to.
Oh boy. Well, folks, I think that's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for coming out today, Percy.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks to all of you for tuning in to today's episode of Meet Your ASMRtist. Tune in next week for a special report on microphones. Do they feel or not? As always, I'm your lovely host, Lavendher, and I'll see you next time. Peace, love, and applesauce.
Later. Hi, hello. This is Percy. Thank you so much for swinging by and checking out my intro video. It was a ton of fun to make, and I hope you had a ton of fun listening to it. I wanted to take a moment to thank the lovely Lavendher for hopping on this audio with me. She is an absolute treat, and you guys should definitely take some time to check out her content. I've left a link in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope you all have an amazing day. Remember to drink lots of water and don't scrimp in your chairs. Posture is important, y'all. Peace, love, and applesauce. That phrase doesn't make any sense. Like I said, it's so nice to meet you, and I'm happy to have you. Well, like I said,
this is my show, not
yeah, I know.
yours.
Why am I saying this? I feel like I need to rewrite this.
I think you should leave that in. That's cute.